What is going on, guys? Sid here with another FIFA 22 video, and welcome to, wait, hold on, not an RTG episode, a special episode of Mystery Ball. And guys, today, I kind of felt like doing something a little special. Kind of wanted to highlight the ladies, right? Pro athletes in their own right? And each one of them worthy of speaking about as much as men, as much as any other human being. Guys, at the end of the day, I have this motto. At the end of the day, you're a human being. Doesn't matter who you are, at the end of the day, you are a human being. Unless, of course, you're ego tripping, right? But in any case, guys and gals, everyone, I felt like highlighting the women, right? Right now, not going through the best of times. Don't want to be overly technical about this. Guys, check out how the women... It took me a little while. Right? But guys, check out how EA got the physics down packed for how the women move in game, right? This is my first game trying out the U.S. Women's National Team, and often overlooked, even though they're like U.S. Women's National Team since like the 90s, right? They've been absolutely dominant, right? They've been absolutely dominant in their respective fields. And fields, guys. They do it just as good as men. They put in the work, put in the effort, right? Highly commendable, highly respectable, right? And guys, I had loads of fun just trying out the physics for the updated physics for the FIFA 22 version of the women's national team, right? So I've been in the FIFA realm for quite some time, right? A long time. And I remember when they put in the women, and you guys know, representation, as you guys know, representation is a hot topic, right? At least in the United States, it's a hot topic. And of course, representation matters, right? People like seeing someone that they can relate to, right? And if you, and hey, at the end of the day, you're a human being, right? So, on any level, if you can relate to something, hey, it'll help you, right? So I don't want to get too technical about this. I don't want to be a Debbie Downer or anything like this, right? Let's just highlight how absolutely awesome this match was, right? So, Heath goes to score, and guys, the French team was kind of whooping my butt. But check it out, right? Morgan moves crazily well in game. Rapinoe, I checked out the stats. The stats were like updated live. This is my first time actually checking the updated stats, the updated attributes in game. So what I will tell you is that the Rapinoe card, her pace is actually really low in game, right? And I had to calibrate for that, right? Morgan's like a star finisher in game, of course, right? But Rapinoe, her movement is really good. It's crisp, it's clean. But you're in mystery ball, right? So you can easily make up for the pace difference, right? When you get the pace boost. And as you guys know, if you've been following the RTG, you guys know how much I love Mystery Ball, right? Because it takes me back to a time when fun factor was a huge deal in video games, right? Not just the competitive aspect, but the fun aspect, right? Like, things didn't have to be as serious all the time, right? Obviously, there's always a competitive aspect to gaming, right? But there's also, there's just also this kind of like, this fun factor, right? And if you've been in, like, if you've played video games for a long time, right? And if you've played, if you've geez, how can I put this? You don't even have to play video games, right? It's just one of those things where you can feel when something feels fun or when something feels forced, right? So mystery ball is kind of like that mode where things don't feel forced, right? They don't have to feel official all the time. You can just, you know, you can just have fun with the game, right? So as you guys can see, I'm checking which subs to bring on, and these are all familiar names, right? They are everyone on the squad. The ladies are all household names in the United States if you follow the U.S. Women's National Team, right? So I kind of like, I knew all, you know, ladies, men, anyone, like growing up. I was big on Mia Hamm. I was big on, you know, I remember checking out the documentaries growing up, and I'm big on following athletes regardless. You know, athletes as human beings, right? Like so if I saw an athlete, right, that I respected, right, I'd be like, yo, that's dope, right? And that's the kind of attitude I kind of carried with me growing up, and I still carry that, right? Like if I saw an individual player like that I liked, and I bonded with my friends over like favorite sports teams, favorite athletes, and stuff like that, right? A lot of my uncles watch sports, right? They're kind of like heavy gamblers too, right? But I wasn't into that, right? But if I had like a favorite team, you know, then I'd pick out the individual, their play style, right? And it'd just be super dope, right? It'd be super dope to follow them throughout the years, right? And see how the skills progressed in the athlete, things like that, right? Don't want to sound overly technical, right? But I felt like today was a great day to highlight the ladies in sports, right? And especially in FIFA, right? Because they're often overlooked, right? Because sometimes it can feel like a men's game, right? And there's a lot of detractors, and and you can just go online and you'll see a lot of, you know, a lot of people that I don't know for what reason, right? They'll just be absolute losers, right? They'll just behave like absolute losers as it pertains to like I'm flat out saying it, right? Like they'll just be, it's my opinion, like they'll be overly critical, right, of women in sports, right? And I'm just like, bro, who raised you? Right? Like seriously, like sometimes I read the comments, right? But obviously I don't agree with everything. You know, without sounding too much like a people pleaser, right? Because I've had that criticism before, right? But what I've had a lot of criticism before, right? So I do take feedback with a grain of salt. But what I'm trying to get at, right? The crux of what I'm trying to get at is, right? Representation matters, right? And part of being, right, without breaching boundaries and things like that, right? Part of being a good, you know, a good compatriot, a good compadre, right? It's kind of like, you know, if someone is like, like literally, like if someone is literally bringing issues to the table, right? In terms of representation, in terms of their difficulties, if they're highlighting their difficulties navigating this world. It's very important to just, you know, try to amplify some of the greater characteristics that people have, right? And the U.S. Women's National Team, the French National Team too, right? The whole roster, the depth, everything, right, of that of the women's category in FIFA, it's absolutely insane. But guys, this was a special video, and I tried to highlight as much as I can how cool these women are.